Good evening and welcome To The Point. I'm Pooja Shali. It's 50 years to 1975 imposed emergency during the Indira Gandhi era. And even in 2025, it continues to be a debate and discussion. So I do have a debate lined up. Our politicians are going to join us in a short while. First, the headlines. Home Minister Amit Shah unveils Prime Minister Modi's book on emergency, says PM fought for Ambedkar's constitution against Indira Gandhi's dictatorship. Vows that India will never forget the dark chapter of Indian democracy. Meanwhile, Congress Chief Mallikarjun Kharge hits out at Shashi Tharoor, says, and through a sarcastic jibe, the country first for us, Modi first for some. Referring to Shashi Tharoor, this is when the Congress MP posted a cryptic message, says no permission needed to fly. Sky belongs to no one. And it finally happened. It was a successful lift-off in a joint mission with NASA, ISRO, SpaceX Axiom mission. Now launched, Subhanshu Shukla, becoming the second Indian in space, the first Indian in the International Space Station. Shuk says, Namaskar Deshvasiyon from space. Tiranga embossed on my shoulders. And then signs off with Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, what a ride! 41 साल बाद हम वापस अंतरिक्ष में पहुंच गए हैं और कमाल की राइड थी। आइए हम सब मिलकर भारत की इस ह्यूमन स्पेस प्रोग्राम की जर्नी की शुरुआत करें। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Meanwhile, two CBSE Class 10 board examinations from 2026. First examination will be in February, second in May for improvement attempt. New system aims to reduce pressure and offer a second chance to some. Monsoon season hits the hill state of Himachal Pradesh, but sadly flash flood also reported in several areas. Heavy rainfall likely as a forecast till the 30th of June. And in international news, Donald Trump compares America's strikes on Iran to Hiroshima-Nagasaki bombings, says strikes on Iran similar to bombings that ended the war in 1945. But what about the comparison of the casualties?
I don't want to use an example of Hiroshima. I don't want to use an example of Nagasaki. But that was essentially the same thing. That ended that war. This ended that with the war. If we didn't take that out, they'd be fighting right now.
"50 years to India's darkest chapter." "25th June 1975. Parliament gagged, rights curtailed." Bharatiya Janata Party marks Samvidhan Hatya Divas.
24 जून की रात को ही इन्होंने इमरजेंसी डालकर स्टे देने वाली कोर्ट को भी चुप कर दिया, अखबारों को भी चुप कर दिया, आकाशवाणी को भी चुप किया।
Congress hits back, taunts undeclared emergency at 11 years.
अरे इमरजेंसी तो अब आपने लाई है, ये अनडिक्लेयर्ड इमरजेंसी है।
The emergency diaries politics erupts. Top focus only on To The Point. So this is definitely a significant day. 25th June 1975 and now 25th June 2025. A bitter war of words brewing between the BJP and the Congress over the emergency era, marking 50 years since the emergency was imposed, for 2 years at least. But taking a swipe at Rahul Gandhi for frequently invoking the constitution as well. Prime Minister Modi launched a sharp attack at the Congress regime. He said it has been a grave betrayal of constitutional values, reiterating BJP's commitment to strengthen the principles in the Indian Constitution and also embarking on revisiting his own experience during the emergency. BJP is marking the Samvidhan Hatya Divas. The Prime Minister has announced that the book recounting his experiences during the emergency era, titled The Emergency Diaries, years that forged a leader that he eventually became. Home Minister Amit Shah called emergency the darkest chapter in our history and therefore is also now flagging off BJP's democracy yatra. He has said there's enough evidence of Congress's anti-democratic mindset. What is the Congress then up to in turn? They're also on the defensive but saying that 11 years of Modi government has been undeclared emergency as well. So let's listen in first to what the top leaders of the BJP and the Congress have to say.
संविधान की हत्या करने के बाद इस भारत के संविधान को मौन कर दिया गया, अभिव्यक्ति की आजादी छीन ली गई, अखबारों के दफ्तर बंद हो गए, 253 पत्रकार गिरफ्तार हो गए, 29 विदेशी पत्रकारों को देश के बाहर भेज दिया और उनकी बिजली काट दी गई और संसदीय कार्यवाही पर भी सेंसर लगा दिया गया। न्यायालय को भी एक प्रकार से नियंत्रित कर दिया गया। देश भर में लोकतांत्रिक अधिकार खत्म हुए। न्यायपालिका में खिलाफ फैसले देने वाले जजों को सुप्रीम कोर्ट के मुख्य न्यायाधीश बनने से रोका गया।
ये जो संविधान है, ये जो संकट में है, आपके वजह से है, किसी और के वजह से नहीं। आप इस संविधान को संकट में डाले हैं, आपको देश को बर्बाद कर रहे हैं। और फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन है, कोई अच्छी बात करता है या कोई अपनी सलाह देता है, देश के हित में अगर पत्रकार बात करता है, देश के हित में अगर कोई लीडर बात करता है, तो कभी भी वो सहन नहीं किए। फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन कहां है? फ्रीडम ऑफ मूवमेंट कहां है? छात्र भी अगर कुछ बात करते हैं, उनको देशद्रोही बनाया जाता है।
So let's begin the discussion. We had a woman Prime Minister when the emergency was imposed, and at least for 2 years there were heavy restrictions. So this evening we have two women panelists from the Bharatiya Janata Party National Spokesperson Sanju Verma and from the Congress National Spokesperson Mahima Singh. Sanju, let's begin with you. It's because the BJP has launched the Samvidhan Hatya Divas. But what are we observing today then? I quote from what the Congress is saying. It's been an undeclared emergency of 11 years of Modi government in India. So do you also think, are we as worse as we were in 1975?
You know, Pooja, let me make a few quick points for the benefit of your audience. First and foremost, this entire cabal of Congress and its ecosystem keeps asking, why are we celebrating Samvidhan Hatya Divas? वो तो 50 साल पहले की बात है. You know, as they say, those who forget their history are doomed to repeat it. Be that as it may, I think the present generation and the future generations need to know a couple of hard facts. And the hard facts are these. We are all aware that, you know, more than 1.4 lakh people were arrested without any FIR. More than 35,000 people were detailed under MISA. We are aware of 1 crore forced sterilizations, which were done under the long and incompetent nose of Sanjay Gandhi, with Indira Gandhi turning a blind eye. Those facts are there in the public domain. But there are certain things which need to be highlighted here. Because, you know, the Congress has been of late casting aspersions at the credibility of the Election Commission and the entire electoral process. So these are some hard facts which they need to listen to, digest, and then think hard as to why they are losing one election after another since Lok Sabha 2014. Pooja, you will be surprised to know that T.N. Seshan, the very reputed T.N. Seshan, was actually a cabinet secretary under Rajiv Gandhi 1989. And lo behold, come 1990 till 1996, he was made the chief election commissioner. And then again, after Rajiv Gandhi's demise, he was made a member of the planning commission, and very quickly Do you know who gave Congress a clean chit in the 1984 anti-Sikh genocide? It was Justice Ranganath Mishra. And what happens in 1991? Congress gives him a Rajya Sabha seat. And then let's not forget MS Gill. MS Gill was the Chief Election Commissioner from 1996 to 2001, Pooja. And what happens in 2008? He becomes the Minister for Youth and Sports Affairs in 2008 under the Manmohan Singh.
So what is the point
Sonia Gandhi
that you're
dispensation.
making then? Therefore,
Therefore, the very Congress which used to believe in quid pro quo when it came to gratifying erstwhile CJIs, erstwhile Chief Election Commissioners, it cannot get rid of its mindset of gratifying people in institutional positions and hence believes that just because Congress ने वो सब किया तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी भी वो सब कर रही है, whereas we have de-institutionalized corruption. We have de-institutionalized the entire quid pro quo business. And my final point
Okay.
is this.
yes.
We had Indira Gandhi alone dismissing 50 duly elected state governments by brazenly misusing and abusing Article 356. So the Congress is the last entity that should be lecturing on
Let's take
democratic
that then
ethos.
to the Congress spokesperson. Mahima, taking from what Sanju Verma said, and you should respond to her as well, then how is the constitution in crisis today, as Mallikarjun Kharge is claiming, as Rahul Gandhi flaunts the Samvidhan book as well? Because elections are organized, your party also wins often, and eventually India is still running with the constitution. So what do you say to what Sanju Verma is saying here, that it's not the same?
Jai Hind, Pooja, your very prestigious show To The Point in 2015 was hosted by Karan Thapar. Allow me to play this very relevant clip here today when he interviewed the former IB chief. Listen in.
You're saying the RSS supported the emergency. Correct. You're absolutely sure of this? Absolutely sure.
Okay.
The record, I'm sure.
Okay.
Because today, the RSS behaves as if they were great opponents of the emergency.
They were not. They were not. Because I heard not only they were.
So here,
Okay,
Mr.
okay,
Karan
I understand.
Thapar
What's
is
your point?
Here Mr. Karan Thapar is interviewing the former IB chief, Mr. TV Rajeshwar, who on this very show 9 years ago, Pooja, told the entire nation that the RSS was complicit, the ancestors of the BJP were complicit in the emergency. Their DNA, Pooja, is comprised of opportunism, of trade, of surrender. That's what our leaders have been constantly remarking. Now, today you ask me, how is our revered leader, Honorable LOP in the Rajya Sabha, Shri Kharge, is talking about the threat that is hovering over the constitution today. Let me tell you, Pooja. You see, today, what we are witnessing in this country is muzzled institutions, muzzled constitutional institutions. There is an Election Commission of India, which is very much, very much there, very much existent in this country. But what you see, that it always ducks down. It is made to duck down to the command, to the whims and fancies of the government of India. Now, let me just tell you, CAG, Comptroller Auditor General, the reports of which institution BJP came thumping on before 2014 to challenge and to question the UPA years. And the UPA has been exonerated of majority of those accusations. Today, do you even see any CAG reports? The CAG officials, if they by chance bring out a report, they are acted against by this government. The ECI is decided single-handedly by the government. 95% of cases, ED, CBI action is happening against the opposition leaders. So this is the truth of today. If you really read what Mr. Bala Sahab Deoras was, had to say during emergency years to Mrs. Indira Gandhi, it was that I heard your speech from the ramparts of Red Fort, and it was not only befitting, it was very apt. Those are the letters. He was trying to lobby around Mrs. Indira Gandhi. Why? because he wanted to trade the lives
this
of
can't be
the
a motive by the
RSS.
Congress.
And
Pooja.
today,
No,
those
sure.
RSS workers are involved in plenty of terrorist activities.
But Mahima, I'll just
because
say
they
one
were
thing here.
affidavits by
One
workers.
RSS did change the view later,
Can
but
I
also
please come
Prime
in?
Minister Modi is at the helm of affairs. He's our elected Prime Minister. And he has been sharing anecdotes of how he had resisted emergency then. So shouldn't the BJP, which is currently an elected political party at the helm of affairs, that should hold more importance? But I'll take that to Sanju. Fair
Let me
point.
tell you,
All the point.
just Pooja, since you
Pooja,
raised
can I
that
come
point,
in, please?
let
You
me
know, I
just
am not here
respond,
to listen
Pooja.
to the monologue of the
Please,
Congress
for
party.
the
May I
same
come in?
courtesy that you had conferred
Okay.
upon the BJP
Okay.
spokesperson,
No,
allow me
you've
to respond
spoken
to what
at
you just
length.
said, Pooja.
You're making
Okay, let
zero sense.
Sanju Verma
Pooja, this
respond.
is
I'll
not
come
fair
back to you.
advice.
Mahima, I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. Women do not fight. Go ahead, Sanju. Respond to that.
Thank you. You know, Pooja, let's be very clear. Rahul Gandhi tore an ordinance in front of Manmohan Singh, who was on the dais. So much for upholding constitutional values. Indira Gandhi dismissed 5050 duly elected state governments. Congress was in power for the first 54 years of post-independent India, barring stray exceptions, and they passed 597 ordinances brazenly with rabid impunity. The First Amendment to the Constitution curbing freedom of speech was passed by Nehru in 1951. The 42nd Amendment to the Constitution in 1976 curbing the power of judicial review of the courts was passed by Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi's son Rajiv Gandhi.
You want to respond to the RSS claim that she's making, that Mahima Singh said?
Judgment. The Shah Bano judgment was made a mockery of Pooja by Rahul Gandhi's father, Rajiv Gandhi. Shah Bano was denied a measly monthly alimony of 170 rupees a month simply because Rajiv Gandhi deemed fit to cater to his vote bank and not to a poor Muslim lady who was begging for 170 rupees a month. And let me tell you one last thing. You know, they keep saying, oh, Enforcement Directorate is under the, Modi government. You know, the handmaiden of the Modi government is the ED, the CBI, the judiciary. Let me tell you, if today the Congress is fighting the National Herald case, it is thanks to the Supreme Court not giving a clean chit to Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. It is not Prime Minister Narendra Modi who's the CJI.
Sanju, okay, fine. Again, just one last time. No, what do you say to Mahima Singh? What do you say to Mahima Singh when she says, but the RSS supported it?
Okay.
Pawan Khera has also tweeted.
My last point is this, Pooja. Pooja, and by the way, she quoted Karan Thapar. So let me tell you that Karan Thapar, his credibility today is...
No, but let's not get personal. No. Sanju, I cannot allow you to get personal on anyone. I'm just saying, but Pawan Khera has also shared a book anecdote saying the same. But
Pooja,
yes.
You're intervening too much. Can I finish?
I'm not intervening, but you need to make the points clarity. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, so I'm making the point, but you have to allow me to speak. If you keep interjecting, my chain of thought gets broken. So please allow me the courtesy of not interjecting me. Now let me tell you what Indira Gandhi said. If the Congress is quoting Karan Thapar, मैं इनकी करता धरता इंदिरा गांधी को quote करती हूँ, and listen to this. This is what Indira Gandhi wrote in a letter to Pandit Balkhe about Veer Savarkar, whom Rahul Gandhi mocks at every given opportunity. She wrote to Mr. Balkhe saying this on the 20th of May 1980 very quickly. Mr. Balkhe, I have received your letter dated 8th May 1980. Veer Savarkar's daring defiance of the British government has its own importance in the annals of our freedom movement. I wish success to the plans to celebrate the birth centenary of one of India's most remarkable sons. That is Veer Savarkar.
Mahima, my concern with the Congress is why is the Congress party so defensive on emergency? It was a different era. Accept what happened, what was wrong. Move on, because for now it appears, BJP is going to pick this up. Modi government is returning year after year. Their success is for all to see. Why doesn't the Congress have a stronger, better strategy to counter BJP rather than get all defensive over the emergency?
Pooja, it's quite astonishing. You see, the BJP, the RSS's DNA is that of murder. These are murderers of Mahatma Gandhi. These are, perpetrators of this undeclared emergency for the last 11 years. I can understand if they are speaking that language. But as entitled you are to as your own personal views, I'm quite astonished when you say that, why doesn't the Congress? Let me remind you, Pooja, the very Jayaprakash who started the movement initially, during those times, at the end was compelled to say that emergency was justified. Let me remind you, the very JP was backstabbed by these opportunists, traders and surrenderers who continue to surrender today before America and who continue to trade Indians for their own conveniences, to buy liberty for their own industrialist friends. Allow me to complete. You see the fragile chain of thought of the BJP spokesperson.
Go ahead. Mahima, go ahead.
Disturbed, but she will not confer the same courtesy upon the others. You see the fragile train of thought, the BJP spokesperson gets disturbed, but she will not observe discipline. Now, let me just finish what I was going to say. She was talking of Shah Bano. Need I remind how the Gujarat government facilitated remission of those who raped and murdered 16 members of the family of Bilkis Bano, who was pregnant. Need I remind how Supreme Court had to show down that government of Gujarat, that very irresponsible
Mahima,
government of
if
Gujarat.
Rahul Gandhi can come forth and give out statements, yes, and clarify and apologize also for 1984, I think the Congress also needs to move on, have a stronger strategy.
Pooja, if you question the Congress party, have the patience to listen also. Let me tell you, Indira Gandhi ji,
you're lying to your teeth. You're lying to your teeth, and I will not allow you to lie brazenly. You should be ashamed.
You're not able to.
Okay. So, Sanju, let her finish. Sanju, let her finish. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you for a final point. Otherwise, nobody will. Mahima, quickly, 15 seconds. Finish your point. Go ahead.
Pooja,
Mahima.
You see this government which is facilitating hate speech, which is muzzling the institutions, which is guilty of tax excesses in this country, which imposed the unconstitutional electoral bonds on this country, has nowhere to hide today, which is why they will only hide behind the emergency, which was brought about because of ballot se nahi, bullet se marenge Indira Gandhi ko. You read about emergency, you read the facets of it, and you understand why JP called it justified later. Why was JP compelled to call the emergency justified later? Please read about that and then question the Congress party.
No, it's not about questioning the Congress party. I'm questioning both. I started with questioning the BJP, Mahima, but I truly appreciate that's all the time. That's all the time I have for. The fact is that in 2025, the BJP continues to raise the issue that happened about 50 years ago, and the Congress party is still saying, but these 11 years have been no different. I leave it to the Indian citizen to decide. Thank you very much to both women for joining us on this fiery debate.